are live on Facebook. Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is Mushida, the co-founder of Love and Respect Transforms Holdings. I am doing my interviews with conscious business owners, and today we have Pamela Lim. She's an author, speaker, and also an entrepreneur, and also a coach, helping a lot of people overcome emotional challenges, right? So our discussion today is on how can you be aware of your emotional health, because sometimes people do not know that there's something negative within them, and there are things that are triggers, and it affects their life, right? So welcome, Pamela, to this session. I'm so happy to have you here and learning more about the work that you do. Can you, before we begin on the details, right, can we first explain to us or share with us why you got into this area of expertise that you are doing? What led you to this work that you are doing right now?
Okay, thank you so much, Mushida, for inviting me for this interview. And well, I have to say that it was because of my own personal journey. I went on a healing journey of myself. I went into depression. I had depression for more than 10 years, and I was always looking for a solution for myself. So in my own personal healing journey, I attended many workshops. I used many products to help myself in my own recovery. And so therefore, after I published my book in 2016, it's called Love Heals, How I Turned My Life Around. It became a journey for me to inspire more people and also transform more people in their own personal healing journey.
Wonderful. Sometimes it comes from a space of personal experience, like you go through it and that's how you know, right? So like in what area do you specifically help people on?
Okay, so I am very focused on emotional challenges. So people who are facing any kind of emotional challenge. It could be anxiety, it could be some blockages in terms of managing their emotions, or they're not sure what is actually stuck inside their body. So in terms of any emotional issues that they may face with, yeah, I can be of help to them.
Okay, thank you. On how does one know like something is off? Like sometimes we have that feeling like maybe it's just a bad day, but how would you know if something is just it's just a bad day and it's temporary, or if it's more serious than that? What are the symptoms like?
Okay, so you must understand that having a bad day is probably a one-time occurrence. But when you actually constantly have different triggers that keep coming constantly into your life, and you will actually experience that. Let's say someone who is actually suffering from anxiety, they will constantly, I have a friend, for example, she will always constantly have this anxiety attack early in the morning when she wakes up. It's an everyday thing. She will always have it. So when you know that it's something that you keep constantly having, that is a trigger and that's a sign that tells you that there is something deeper that you need to look at. Of course, if it's just a one time, kind of having bad days, like sometimes we do have bad days, right? Then maybe, it may not be as serious. But when you constantly have the same thing that occurs to you over and over again, then you need to take note of it.
So what are the kind of things that people must be aware of so that they take care of their emotional health? Because a lot of times people see physical health as something that is, oh, it's very serious. I'm having a fever, or I fell down and I'm hurt and I have to go to the doctor. But how do you know that like it's something that they have to get a support from a specialist or somebody who is an expert to help them?
Okay, so a lot of times, even our physical well-being is actually very connected with the emotional well-being. So a lot of times people keep falling sick, they can be always sick, always sick, always sick. Sometimes there's a deeper layer to why you're constantly falling sick. And when you take a, deeper look at it, sometimes it's all these emotions that all build up in your body that's actually causing you that physical illness, that physical sickness that you are actually facing. So there are times that when a lot of people who have it could be some chronic diseases or issues that they're having. A lot of times when you actually look deeper, when they start clearing their inner emotions or inner self well-being, they start to feel a lot of better, and eventually they recover from that physical illness that they're suffering from.
All right. So how does one do that? Like, is there a tip that you can share about how they can immediately transform a certain negative emotions to something that's healthier?
Okay, so one thing that I always love to share is to have self-love and self-care. When at times when you are just feeling not in a very good space, do give yourself some time to do self-care and self-love for yourself, because we are all human beings, right? And we are all spiritual beings. And a lot of times when we actually take note of ourselves and do attention to ourselves and loving ourselves, that is a very good way to actually feel that emotion inside us.
I see. Okay. And then you have a program that actually helps people with their emotional health. Can you tell us about what you do and what are the steps that you take the participants through?
Okay, so I have an upcoming session that's coming up. It's called Managing Emotions with Points of View. It's basically a phototherapy card. So using the phototherapy cards as well as questions that we engage the people, they will be able to find out what are the deeper layers of emotions that is probably blocking them or causing them, to be stuck somewhere. And I have done this session, and it's a free session that I'm opening up for people to actually experience for themselves. And I had quite a number of testimonials just in one session. People were already feeling so much better about themselves, and they had so much takeaways. And so that's my upcoming program that I'm actually inviting people that will be on the 5th of November at 8 p.m. I will be doing it on Zoom.
Okay, so how do people get in touch or be a part of this experience? And how long is it for?
Okay, the session is about 2 hours online. And for people who would like to find out more and connect with me, basically, I am on various social media, and my name will be Pamela T.S. Lin. So if they want to find me either on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, um, I am on Clubhouse a lot. So they can come in, and I have a room called the Power of Healing Room that I have sessions from Mondays to Fridays every day for an hour. Now it's in the afternoon, either at 1 or 1:30 p.m. I will start a room on every day from Mondays to Fridays in Clubhouse. So they are free to join in and come and experience for themselves.
That's very interesting. And what kind of experience can they get? Like, have you had maybe you can share like a certain client or a participant in the past, like they went from something and what did you take them through, that what is the result that they got?
Okay, so I actually did a point of view session earlier this year with a group of people, a group of women. So I had it with a friend who actually ran a boutique called the Rose of Sharon, and they have this uh, self care day for women to actually help them. And so the owner, Yanni, actually went through the points of view session with me, and she had she was briefing over. She had a husband who has passed away a couple of years ago, leaving her with 4 children. And during the session, she actually picked up the card, and she didn't realize that it was related to the grieving of her husband. And subsequently, she actually sent me a picture. That picture reminded her of another picture with the husband in the background, and they were actually in the playground at the back end. So that whole picture that she picked up was just that reminder of the husband having, at that time they were having good times having with their children, and that was such a relief for her because after the session she said, "Wow, she managed to actually let go of that emotional blockage that she was actually facing, and she felt so good about it." Yeah.
And besides feeling good, anything else, what other results have you seen from your clients or from yourself?
So I also have friends who came and they said that they didn't know why they were actually having certain emotions for many years in themselves. But after that one session, they just shifted. They found out, they became aware of what was that emotion that was stopping them from moving forward. And it just shifted her whole entire emotion and mindset.
Wow, that's so amazing. And then what business was that person doing? Was she doing business, or is she
Oh,
working?
she was working. Yeah, she was working.
Oh, okay. And was there any effect on her work after that? Was there anything that?
Well, I think she was actually going through a transition when I met her. She was actually asked to leave her old job and because of the retrenchment in the company. And when she came to me, so after that, I think I haven't heard from her for quite a few months. I think she must be doing pretty well because after that session, she went on and she I haven't heard from her because she came to me was telling me about her problems that she was actually facing because she was having a retrenchment. She was going through a lot and she wasn't sure what was going to happen for her in the future. And after that, we had a talk and we had a session. And after that, I've never heard from her since then. So I think she must be doing good and doing well.
She doesn't need to go back to you again because she's healed already. Okay, I would like for you to share some tips, perhaps from the people who are watching here, especially those in the global business arts and entertainment bash in Saudi. What are the symptoms that they experience that could be a sign for them to look, they have to start doing something, maybe, sign up for your course or something like that. And also a tip for them to heal themselves. What can they do immediately?
Okay, the first thing is to be aware of the triggers that triggers you. So sometimes when we can see an object or see that some people, we actually get certain triggers, like we may be upset or emotional when there are certain things or certain people that triggers us. So the first thing is to really to be aware of what's happening internally. So when you become aware of it, then you can actually take different steps on how you can start healing yourself. All right. So for those people um, who are actually suffering from either anxiety or very emotional, I would say that sometimes it's good for you to just pause for some moments, pause for a few moments, take some deep breaths, and reflect on what's happening. Don't rush to become so busy, continue doing and doing. So I have some friends who always just cannot stop doing things. They feel that it's only when they're doing and doing a lot of things that they feel like, oh, they're feeling very good, like they are achieving a lot of things. But it's very good sometimes to just take that pause, just to pause and just have that few seconds to do the deep breathing in yourself and just reflect on maybe the day or the things that is being doing. Because when we start pausing and just come to just that being self, you will just feel that, hey, maybe it's time to slow down, or maybe it's time to take a rest, or maybe it's time for you to do something else. So if you're always on the constant run or constant move, you will not be able to kind of feel right like, okay, I really am tired and I need a rest. So there are people who will always be constantly running know where you are at. Maybe, when you start reflecting, you will realize that, hey, why am I doing this? Maybe there's no need for you to even do so much. You could be having other people do the things with the work that you do, and you can just take a rest and take a breather. So this is just being aware and sometimes just pause. Just take a few minutes and pause. That will really help you in your life as well.
Yeah, take it, just not go all the time, like go, because sometimes it's better to just pause, and it's more productive than being busy, and there's nothing that's going to come out of it, and your health is also affected, both physical and emotional health as well. So thank you so much, Pamela, for sharing. And do you have any other last tips or takeaways for the audience to be able to take action on, and how can they work directly with you?
Okay, so I'm going to share one technique that will actually help everyone. So there is a breathing technique that I use, which is called the 4-7-8 breathing. It's actually breathing in for 4 seconds, holding your breath for 7 seconds, and breathing out for 8 seconds. I found that this is a very good breathing technique that I've learned that has actually helped me become calmer. If you have problems sleeping, it also helps you to relax and helps you to sleep better. So yeah, so this is something that if you're feeling a lot of anxiety, you might want to try this for yourself, and it will help you to relax and calm down.
Very good. Okay, 4, 7,
8,
4, 8,
4, 7, 8.
4, 7, 8. So breathe in 4 seconds, breathe out,
Hold for 7 seconds.
hold for 7 seconds, and then you breathe out
Breathe out
8
for
seconds. Ooh, okay, that is amazing. That definitely will shift a lot of your the feelings in your body as well. The whole system is regulated in a very different ways from what sometimes we take short breaths, and that is not actually very good for your body, because you're taking in you're not taking in enough oxygen, right? And then sometimes when we are rushing, that's where our breaths are very short and very shallow. So when you take your 4 seconds, hold, and then you release out 8 seconds. Yeah, that is powerful. Thank you so much. And so we'll send a link where they can connect with Pamela directly. And who would be the most you would say the most beneficial for this program for, actually?
Well, I think I have a program called How to Cope with Anxiety. That will be for people who are suffering from anxiety and really need help. So in that program itself, I am actually it comes together with the techniques as well as essential oils that actually will help people. Yeah. So for other people who, even if you are feeling stressed or you're trying to manage stress and everything, the program that I am doing on the points of view, that will be a very good session for them to try it out and see for themselves. Yeah.
Okay, and there's no cost to that one? Points
Yeah,
of view?
the points of view, I'm actually doing a free session to actually let people experience for themselves, and so they actually it's a very experiential program.
Okay, so I think it's no cost. All you need to do is like invest your time and invest in some self-care for yourself and get into that session. And I think it's something that you would want to experience and apply in your life, because once the emotional health is taken care of, a lot of other things are also taken care of, including your mental health, including your physical health, when you take care of your emotional health, right, Pamela? Yeah, so with that, thank you so much everyone for sharing, for being here and engaging with us. And we'll be sending you some links where you will be able to connect with Pamela directly and attend her courses. So thank you so much, Pamela. Have a great day.
Thank you, Rashida. Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.